Good morning. And we're off. It's a salty sunrise. We are heading south. What are you looking at?
Machine guns. Beautiful night passage.
Sun is up.
Rounded Cape Hatteras.
We made it. We're here.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Hey there. I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is the story of our adventure. Life is fleeting, and we want to squeeze every bit out of it. We are wandering the world, so home is a bit of a moving target for us. We love finding the random, the remote, and sharing it all with you. So subscribe to get lost with us and hopefully find some inspiration to go after your own dreams.
Welcome back.
Real quick, guys, I wanted to mention the music that we use in all of our videos. It is from Artlist, which I highly recommend. It really levels up the content and it's copyright free, so it's easy to use. But I wanted to mention it because we do have a link that you can check it out with. It's 2 months free. Highly recommend it if you want to level up your content.
Yes, and if you know any creators in your family, it'd be a great gift.
It would. So last week we left you as we were enjoying our one final beautiful sunset in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yes, beautiful, but it was getting a little bit cold up here. So we were looking for a perfect weather window because we were going to be rounding 2 notorious capes heading south.
We were going around Cape Hatteras, aka the graveyard of the Atlantic, and Cape Lookout.
Yeah, the diamond shoals off Cape Hatteras are notorious. They've been responsible for something like 600 ships running aground.
Yeah, which is crazy. Plus, you have 2 different currents meeting the warmer and colder, and that can create some pretty turbulent waters.
So all this was on our mind as we headed out.
Yes. Good morning. It is bright and early this morning and we're just getting ready to leave. And while Tim runs around doing some things, I'm gonna make coffee, tea for me so I don't get sick. Okay, making oatmeal as well so we get something in our tummy. Also, you guys recommended a little knife holder. Got one now, so I don't have to put the knives away before passage.
It.
And we're off.
Got one engine going. Got a lot of slack I need to get rid of here. It's going to be a warmer day today, which is nice. Yeah, God, it's just a beautiful shot. That's wild. That's its tender. So that's a private boat.
That's so crazy.
I would assume it was commercial of some sort, you know?
All right, so we got the sails up. There's not a whole lot of wind yet, but we are getting some help from them, actually.
We are. We're doing 7.5. We got a little current help, and we got a little wind help.
Okay, so one thing that I'm always on top of is our lines, because especially for the mainsail, if you want to drop it in a hurry, this would not work. So I always try to get it nice and tidy, and then we can drop it if we ever need to really fast. The sunrise is perfectly in the direction that we are headed. I don't know if you can see on the camera. There's bridge, and then right where the sun is, that's the tunnel. That's where we go over the cars. So that's why it's called a bridge tunnel. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. And yeah, that's right where we're going.
The sunrise is leading us in.
So pretty.
It's so pretty. We are heading south, so we are leaving Virginia and we're gonna head down to Beaufort, North Carolina. So that's where we're gonna be, hopefully in about 2 days. We'll see how fast or slow we get there, but just thought I'd give you an update. It's a beautiful morning this morning. It's actually gonna be warmer than it's been for quite a while. And yeah, we just got a beautiful sunrise, so not bad.
Woohoo! I'm so excited to be leaving. I mean, that was a great place to be, but you know, at some point you just want to go.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for clean water. I haven't jumped in the ocean in a really long time.
Yes.
Kelsey did, of course, recently, but that was an accident.
I didn't really want to.
But I can't wait to clean the hull. We did so much nice work on it, and you look at it now and you're like, oh, it's got a beard.
Yeah.
So it'll be really nice to jump in,
Clean
swim,
it up.
clean the hull, and yeah, I think we waited for the right weather. I mean, it's maybe too light a wind almost.
Yeah, but that's kind of
But-
what you want for Cape Hatteras.
I don't want to screw around. It's got a name that definitely puts chills into you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're still half asleep, but it feels good leaving this early. No big container ships, no nuclear subs, none of that sort of stuff vying for the channel. So we're
Yeah.
just staying off to the side of the channel a little. And yeah, all clear.
Tell us what just happened.
Well, we heard the warship, so I'm monitoring 16 and 13.
Trinity Breeze, Worship 17, Channel 16, over.
And we started hearing that, but on channel 13, not on 16. But most boats, pleasure boats, aren't going to monitor multiple channels. And so we radioed warship 17 and let them know we're not hearing them on 16, and that the sailboat they're trying to hail probably is only listening to 16. So she goes, oh, I will double check and make sure I'm on 16. And then she's now hailing on 16. So
So pretty much Tim saved the day.
pretty much saved the world just then. But I mean, I have to assume the crew on these warships is super experienced, but of course they're trying to always train people. And so I'm sure it's sometimes newer, fresher people operating the radio and doing other stuff. And yeah, I assume she wanted to be on 16, but we just kept hearing them on the bridge-to-bridge channel, which is 13. So, you know, saved the day, taught the Navy something. No, not really.
What are you looking at?
Machine guns.
So they're doing live fire training, so we kind of have to adjust our course to go around them. Don't want to get shocked, but yeah, it's cool. You can see it, all the guns, I guess, going off out there.
So we didn't manage to catch it on camera, but you could see the explosions from all the live fire, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, as somebody who's shot some small calibers into water surfaces and seen them explode, you can imagine how big the explosions of water were from the size rounds they were shooting.
Yeah, we had been hearing about this exercise for probably a good hour before we got near them, so we had adjusted our course to hopefully stay out of their way. But some other boats near us didn't, so we got to watch them be called on the radio and approached, and it was a little bit intimidating.
Definitely. You know, you definitely want to make sure you're on the correct side of these guys. But they were constantly on the radio warning. I just don't think people were listening.
No, they were definitely watching out for it. Norfolk in general is amazing. You get to see so much of this stuff, so it's been really fun the few times that we've gone in and out to like just see all the ships and hovercraft.
Absolutely. So much to look at.
Yeah. So after this excitement, we settled back into our passage and our watches.
doubt it a little. Out here in the sun, the sky's blue. In my dreams, never did anything wrong. Not as they seem. Don't believe a fairy tale. Don't believe a fairy tale. Don't believe.
One of my favorite things about traveling is that it inspires me to learn more about the places we are. So, as we made our way around Cape Hatteras, I was learning a little bit more about this treacherous cape and its lighthouse. So here are a few things I found interesting. The Cape Hatteras Lighthouse is the tallest lighthouse in the United States at just over 198 feet tall. Also, the lighthouse keepers here were the first to receive the telegram from the Titanic stating they had struck an iceberg. The two young men on duty quickly forwarded this message to New York, where it was believed to be a joke. The Titanic was unsinkable, and the young men were ordered not to send any more messages like this. So later that night, when another message from a ship just 67 miles from the Titanic was received, it was not forwarded. That telegram is believed to be the first knowledge of the Titanic tragedy. Oh, and in 1999, the whole lighthouse was moved 2,900 feet to keep it safe from the encroaching Atlantic Ocean. We didn't get to see much, as both times we have rounded this cape, it was in the dark. But that just meant we were pretty thankful for the guiding light of the Hatteras Lighthouse.
Fairy tale, do love, do love.
Well, welcome to North Carolina. We're just heading around Cape Hatteras. And you can see, if you can see anyways, it's pretty chill, which is exactly how we want it. But we do have enough wind to sail and lower our RPMs pretty low. And the moon has disappeared. And it's looking a little stormy, which is a bit ominous. But the weather's fine. It's cloudy, I think, more than anything. Maybe a little rain. But thankfully, low wind and low waves, too. I'm going to guess it's probably 1.72 meter swell at 9-10 seconds. So decent gap. And we're just kind of bouncing over them. Nothing peaky or violent or anything. So very happy about that. All right, time for my watch. And so I'm going to look at weather reports and wind and just make sure everything is like it was when I went to sleep.
It is my final night watch, and we have rounded Cape Hatteras, and the chill in the air has definitely lessened. There's like no bite to the breeze now, which is really nice to not feel that. And it's about 6 o'clock in the morning now, so it's becoming easier to stay awake. Although I'm very tired because I did not get much sleep on my last rest. My stomach wasn't feeling that great, so I just kind of laid there trying not to feel yucky, but I didn't get much sleep. So I'm very excited that daylight is coming, which means it'll be a lot easier to just stay awake. But I still have about 8 hours. That's what we're doing, trying to stay awake. Singing songs to myself. Sun is up. It's a good thing. Much easier to stay awake, and it helps with motion sickness for me when I can see the horizon better. It's hard at night sometimes, especially when my eyes are tired. So always a good thing to see daylight. As you can probably tell, still a little bit sleepy. But yeah, pretty. The wind's picking up a little bit, but we're getting closer. You can see the end destination on our map now, so that's good.
Beautiful night passage. Rounded Cape Hatteras. Really, just like on the way north. Almost classy. And then we hooked into better wind, which we're in right now. Just dead downwind, and we don't have a great downwind sail. The main is still on that one reef, so we have less surface area. And then we have our tiny little jib We could put out the asymmetrical spinnaker. For dead downwind, it's not supposed to be for that, but once Kelsey's done with her rest sort of off shift, I might try and put it up. We'll see. We're still doing 6.5, 7 knots, even though we have so little cloth up, so I'm pretty happy. And it's nice. We haven't done much downwind, frankly. It's nice. I kind of actually like having it on the beam and that feeling of racing along and tuning the sail. But downwind's pretty comfy. We just have waves pushing us, nice following sea, but not the giant scary kind, just a nice following sea. And you can feel the change. Kelsey said that in her mid sort of last shift before the sun rose, it was still dark, and usually that's the coldest part of the day is just before the sun rises, and she felt it get warmer. So I think we've hit like a wall of air, sort of hitting into North Carolina from Virginia that doesn't feel as wintry, and that's pretty nice. So we'll just chase this feeling south. And I forgot to mention, we rigged a preventer, so our jib kept flopping back and forth. We let it go to the side it wanted to, and we just have this little line down here hooked to hold it out that way. That seems to be working pretty good so far. The moon's still out.
We're here and we have showered and it is beautiful and we are exhausted. But we made it around Cape Hatteras and Cape Lookout. Cape Hatteras, the graveyard of the Atlantic. It's a little bit scary, and actually so is Cape Lookout. If it was bad weather, very scary. So even though we didn't have as much wind as we hoped until the very end of our sail, I think I'd rather have that than crazy stormy weather to come around those capes. So
Yeah.
But it was a good day. I felt sick for one of my shifts, and so Tim, as always, saved the day and takes care of everything. But it was a good day, and
Happy to be here.
happy to be here.
It was so nice to be tucked safe and sound inside of Cape Lookout.
Yes, and feeling a lot warmer temps than we had previously.
Yes, absolutely. But that is it for this episode. So join us next time as we make another jump south to even warmer weather to explore Charleston.
Beautiful Charleston, and we even get to anchor next to an old aircraft carrier.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So as always, thank you so much for coming along. Special thank you to our patrons, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
That light looks so bright from here.
Oh, hello. I'm putting this on so you can see me moving the boom.
Hey, Tim. It's a salty sunrise. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Tim's tasting water.
Well, you're gonna ramble.